Shewon Nigbide is CEO at Budget, and he's joining us on the phone. Shewon, thank you very much for finding time to come through. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much, boss.
Yeah, quite a lot of battle amongst those of you who are economists, financial analysts. On Sunday, you kept some of us awake about how much should we be paying for petrol in Nigeria now that the president says there will be no removal of subsidies at the meantime. However, there are reports that keeping this subsidy, petrol subsidies, will hurt not just the government itself, but the companies that operate in the downstream sector.
Yeah, currently, thank you very much, Watson. We had a very robust discussion on Sunday. It was the active citizens discourse on fuel subsidy. And one of the critical things is we had the opposing and the for, the pro and the against side. But we had the NLC, we had the TUC, and we had the NIV in the present. And it was clear, the Labour's position was clear, that subsidy has to remain. They believe that the constitutional role of government is security and the welfare of the people. And every country in this world has a kind of subsidy for people. It could be agri subsidy, it could be education subsidy, it could be health insurance subsidy. Now, they believe that based on the resources we have as a country, what subsidy is what Nigerians should get. But it's been clear that it's becoming unsustainable, and unless we want to deceive ourselves, almost R1 trillion is spent on fuel subsidy a year, which is a quarter of Nigerians' annual budget. So the question is, do we want to continue with this? Even right now, if you take a survey of Nigerians, most of them don't buy fuel at 7 naira per liter. You see here, it's 100 naira, 110 liters. So the market is already even divergent from the price that is regulated by government. So one begins to ask questions, then what's the purpose of the subsidy? If the marketers will not set at the regulated price, and they are taking off subsidy based on that price, why do you have to have the subsidy? So I think going forward, we need to have a serious decision. As a person, I'm for the removal of fuel subsidy. I think that should be done. I think that also should be done with some level of palliative that will remove put succor in the hands of the poor people. But that has to be done.
Do you think that the National Assembly should weigh in on this conversation, this very serious debate? Because from all indications, it's not just subsidies the federal government has to pay. They have to pay the bridging claims as well from these oil majors. And we're beginning to see a bit of that reflect that for second quarter numbers from Total, that revenue dropped 13.5% between the first quarter and second quarter. That looks very significant. Sorry, we got a bit of a glitch there. Shiwa, are you still on there?
I'm here, but the truth about it is that we need to get the National Assembly into this. The regulation of the downstream sector is necessary and very, very good stuff. We also have to understand that close to 40% of Nigeria's demand for FX, Forex, is for imported fuel. So every day we keep draining our reserves, we keep draining our dollar receipts by importing stuff. Now, the challenge there is that we cannot continue this road. So we need to find a sustainable road. But in the meantime, when we need to find resources to scale our development, we cannot afford to continue with this subsidy. Because even the marketers are not selling at subsidized rate. 110 naira, 100 naira, then that does not show reflect. Research has shown that the pricing of fuel is around 132 naira per liter if we remove subsidy. So we can really consider that going forward. That is what we should be pointing to. But to continue at that regulated price, when people are still skimming off that system, that's looking like it's not sustainable. Yeah.
Okay. Shewon Nigbide, thank you very much for your time this morning. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Shewon Nigbide, CEO at Budget.